Hello, everybody. Today we're going to be going over our calendar view and how to edit that view. So I'm going to start off on the login screen. I'm going to go ahead and log in. And when I log in, I'm immediately met with my calendar view. Most people might be met with the dashboard, but if I go over here to the right of that maintenance advisor, I can click on calendars and I can see when all the work orders are due on each day. So my calendar is a little clustered. That's because I'm an admin and I see everybody's work orders. But if I click on any day of the week and hit the 20 more option, it'll pull up a list of work orders that are due that day, as well as a little description next to it. So if I wanted to open up any work order directly from the calendar, all I would need to do is click on any one of these work orders, double click that, and then go up here to the blue work order. So from there, I have opened up the work order that is affiliated with the calendar, and I can complete it from there. If I go back to my calendar view, this is where, of course, like I said, where are the work orders will be stored. We have a few different options. We can either scroll through the months and see, when our work orders are going to be due. We can go up to the top right here and click on any of these three options. So right now we're on the month section. If I go over here to the week, we'll see, what days of the week we have. And of course, if we go to the day, we'll see that August 1st, 2023, these are the work orders that are due for that day. One interesting aspect about these work orders is that they're all created on the same time. So it gets a bit confusing and a bit hectic when you see it like this, especially since everything is going to be piled onto one time. That can be changed though in the work order itself. But if we go back to the month here, we can again see all these work orders. One of the neat aspects about Mpulse is the way that we can view these work orders. If I go over here to the little gear button here, I'll click that. And this is our settings area, kind of going over a few details on how to view the calendar. So of course we have our title of the calendar, which is work order due date, work order area, start field date, when date's due, end field date, date due, the access type, and of course the color here is red. All this can be changed in the top right here where we have a little pencil. We can go ahead and add that little pencil there and change any aspect that we want about it. Finally, down here in the record filter, it'll have the different fields. So here right now, what everybody's calendar view is set up as is to view the open, hold, and the work order completed but not close is false. So if we wanted to go ahead and add a different way to view the calendar, I'm going to go ahead and click on the blue check mark up here. And in order to add a new way to view the calendar, all I have to do is click this little add button here and go into it like that. So let's say that all I wanted to do was view the work orders closed. So from there, I'm going to go into the record area of work orders. Here's a great way to see, where and when we can, or how we can view these calendar options. Of course, the top three here are probably going to be the most reasonable. Equipment records, all this stuff is going to be plugged in the calendar of when you plugged in that stuff. So to me, not exactly the most reasonable, but obviously it's your Mpulse. You do what you want with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on work order records here, and the start date is going to be for me when it is due, and I'm going to make the end time when the date is due also. So there's a couple different options for why you would want to do different fields. But of course, the most reasonable to me is the due date. So I can change the access type to either public, not editable, private, or public and editable. I just choose the public and editable. And then I can go in here and choose the color I want. Let's say I want lime green. So down here in the record filter is where we actually choose the filters themselves. So here, if I go down to the actual work order, and I go to work order type, then I go to operator, and I go equal, and I go into inspection certification, condition. This is where I can either create an and or I can close it there. I'm gonna go ahead and add an and then I'm gonna add this little plus sign, and then I can keep going like that. Of course, we can go through it even more and add as many as we want. But essentially that gets the gist. If we want to save, it's going to be up here, either the red or the blue. I'm not going to go ahead and save this, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel. But essentially that'd be a unique way to actually view your calendar. That's about it for the actual calendar view itself. I hope you guys found this video useful. Thank you all for working with Mpulse.